welcome to another episode of Planar Explorers. With me are my players who will now introduce themselves. Let's start with Ingvar.
I'm Aspen, they pronouns. I play Ingvar. You can find me at AspenForce732 on TikTok and Archives of Our Own.
Great. Seht.
Hi, I'm Jen. I play Seht. You can find me on Twitter unless it's burnt down, and I can't remember how many times I've made that joke, but it keeps being relevant. So, at Jen Gembles, or you can find me playing a particularly unhygienic medtech in Cyberpunk Red at Cyberpunk Tales from the Oasis. I forgot my own show's name, which is at oasiscyberpunk.com.
Okay. Tuksha.
Hi, I'm Will, he/him. I play Tuksha, and if you can't really find me online, but if you're looking for something to check out, Groundworks Collaborative is a great nonprofit in Vermont, US, near me, that does good work helping out those who are housing insecure.
Great. And last but not least, Maya.
I'm Zara, she/her. I play Maya, and I make dice and other dirty crap.
And your audio's not doing very great.
This is down beach with it.
Are you on the right mic?
Because your audio's not doing great.
I don't know why I tapped my earphones, because that's not what mic is.
I'm just on the headset. Like, can you not hear me?
You're
Not very
real
well.
muffled and quiet. Like, it's really hard to hear you.
Great.
You sound like the microphone's under like a pile of something right now. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I thought you might be using the wrong one.
No, it was just supposed to be that. Because you said the other one was being too loud. So.
Let's try that one again. Maybe it will work. Because that one we can barely
Yeah.
hear.
Yeah, this one's like dead quiet.
Okay.
But oh no, the sun is setting behind me again. I'm gonna be bright at some point during the stream.
Dramatic lighting.
Yeah, it's nearly there. I can catch it out the corner of my eye, but I started just being bright as anything for like 10 minutes.
Hello?
Hello.
Yo.
Hear you a bit better.
We can hear
How's
that.
That one's
Is it
definitely
still-
loud, but I'm gonna like, I can just turn you down in Discord a little bit.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Other than that, it's better than the previous one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
sure.
Okay.
We can hear you.
Okay. Right, do you want me to do mine again then?
Yes, if you could. Yes.
No problem. Hi, I'm Zara. I play Maya, she/her, and I'm Sarah Z Creations. I do dice and other nerdy bits and bobs. And at the moment, I'm wearing a Mini Geek Boutique T-shirt and a scrunchie, and that's my feature this week.
Great. And I'm Loremistress LadyBug. I run this game and every other one on this channel for now. And you can find me everywhere as Loremistress LadyBug, including Start Playing, where you can hire me to be a professional DM for you. And I will put all the links in the description, obviously, so it will be easier to grab. And with that, we can start. So I believe Ingvar is the one to do a recap for us.
So last time we went to the Earth plane and met its ruler who's named Maka. It's been about 4,000 Earth plane years since fleshling visitors last came. The three artifacts that stabilized the plane were out of balance. So in helping to restabilize those, we discovered how to combine two magics. And also that the magic in the that was holding the artifacts was drained. Unsure if it was natural degradation or not.
I mean, that was only in one place.
Was it? Oh yeah, I don't think. Did we get to the second artifact?
You did get to the second one.
Yeah, we
The
got
first
to
one
this.
was just buried
Yeah.
under rubble.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah.
But you then-
It was buried and then we accidentally lodged it in the wall.
Yeah. And then someone grabbed it with a bare hand.
Mhm.
Even though somebody who controls Earth could probably just do it easier, but hey.
Look, Set's just built different
Yes.
in a literal sense.
True.
Yeah. One might say he's a self-made person.
Actually, I think you will find that I am built much like most other people. That is the point of surgery. If I were to be built differently to other people, I would not be good practice.
But also you do have spare parts on your back, so.
Those are extras, like you put AC in your car when you buy, like that, but for limbs.
Okay. So you were on your way to the third artifact, and you went into the corridor that had these nice tiles with different symbols on them, in front of which was this statue with the glowing green orb, which I believe you already figured out to step on the tiles with the air symbol.
Yes.
From what I remember at least.
Yes.
Do you
Yeah.
continue going down the air tiles way?
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So you walk for a bit. It's not a straight line, it kind of goes in different directions through the corridors. And after a while you come to crossroads, and then there is a statue holding a glowing red orb, and there are 3 corridors going out of there.
How
Laid in tiles
small?
with different symbols.
How small are these tiles? Just out of interest.
So they are big enough for a person to stand on them.
For a person or a stitched? I'm a little worried, is all. Things are sounding a little fancy and delicate.
Don't worry, stitched will also fit on them.
Cool.
They remind you the size of the, people living here in this place.
Valid and fair, yeah, valid and
They're
fair.
not, not smaller than you.
I kind of assumed that they'd just have like a key to just turn this whole thing off. Like, do they do the fancy? Do they solve the puzzles every time they need to do puzzle maintenance?
Probably the person who would normally do that, maintenance and shit, already knows the solutions.
Yeah. Like, yes, send someone in to dust the fancy crystals. Just have them do the death maze on the way in. It's fine.
I'm kind of curious on what would happen if you stepped on the wrong tile.
I
That's
can
later.
find out for you if you would like.
So, the 3 corridors going out, so not the one that you came in, all have one tile. They are basically the width of one tile. And they start with different symbol tiles. One starts with the tile with the symbol for Earth. One starts with a tile with the symbol for air. No, air. You came from air. One starts with Earth. One starts with water, and one starts with fire.
I think actually, did you wonder what happens if you stepped on the wrong tiles? Was that in character? Do you want to do that out loud?
Probably in character, yeah.
Yeah. Let me check for you. I reach back and just pull off an arm from the like stitched back slot. Just wing it down the corridor at random.
Because you already sent one in advance with you. It was the
Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh, I've got the little hand. Oh, I've got little hand bud.
Yes, you did.
I get temporary sentience to Hansel. I forgot about Hansel. Ah. Yeah, we wing another arm down like one of the we like properly chuck this one to make sure it's well clear of us. I think Hansel might have returned to me, like just riding the shoulder. Kind of where arms normally like to be is on shoulders, just in a very different way. So we like I don't know if it's overarm or underarm when there's two arms involved, but either way, we chuck it down the corridor and see what happens.
Which one? The one to the left, to the right, or to the ahead?
Let's say to the right. I kind of pulled it off of here, so we'll just go
I'm gonna actually roll for this.
Ooh.
Because why the fuck not?
Dice in this tabletop game? What is this?
It's more likely than you think.
Yeah.
Okay, so the one you did was actually fire. So nothing happened.
Oh.
Sorry. I probably should have mentioned that red is fire, so that is probably where we actually need to go. If you want to send it down, water?
I mean, I guess I have accidentally solved this crossroads puzzle. Let me just go and get that, and I'll come back. And I like sheepishly make my way down the fire corridor until I get to the arm, pick it up, and sheepishly walk back again, just like chuck it down the left one.
Okay, so the left one is, I believe, earth. And once the arm lands, the tile basically, not crumbles, but basically goes down. Like, disappears or something. Like, like if you open the box, but the other way. And the arm fell down a hole.
Oh.
I'm gonna go look in the
Where
hole.
you're standing, you can only see that there's a hole.
I kind of threw it really far down. Maybe it would have been better to do it. I was worried that there would be like a tidal wave or something if this was the water one. So like, I did not want to. I did not want to get hit by splashback. I kind of like lean up and peer and go. It is gone. Like, bad juju that way. I think we go this way.
Ingvar's curious now, since there just seems to be a pit.
They're gonna can roll me awareness or whatever we have for perception.
That's a good point. Do you have an aspect relating to curiosity, right? I think, Ingvar.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah, makes sense. Gotta know what happened.
Perception, yeah.
We have straight up perception. Yeah.
Oh, these are some bad perception rolls.
Oh dear. Oh no!
Anyone else trying to see anything?
If
So
you
far,
would,
those two saw nothing.
if you would like, I can pull, like, eyeball, throw that down. I only have 2 right now, though, so maybe not the best idea. Idea. You get it? It's like how the eye is an eye, and you get it.
I was just gonna drop a little bolt or something down on the tile, since it doesn't need to be sentient to trigger the pressure plate tiles, whatever they would be considered.
I mean, yeah, you can put something on the tile to activate it to see it's underneath the one that's closest to you.
Yeah.
So once you do that, yeah, the tile goes down, and yeah, there is quite a deep hole, and at the very bottom of it there is spikes.
Ooh, cool.
Oh no, you're
Although,
bolt. I am
Maya, you
so
have
sorry.
Maya, you had a decent perception roll. You kind of see that there is some movement from where the hand fell. And need I remind you, you can fucking fly.
I'm gonna ask whether or not there was enough room, but
If you could speak, because your sound kind of went out for a bit.
I was going to ask whether or not I was okay to spread my wing.
Yeah, you will be able to.
In that case, yeah, I'd like to start flying and go and have a good old look.
Okay, so you flew over.
Be careful.
You flew over where the hand fell, and you can see that the hand, although damaged, because spikes, it is starting to crawl out.
Can I get to it without endangering myself?
You can try, but that's gonna be at the. What the fuck physical skills do we have?
Hey Maya, take my hand.
I think
You
that's
know,
a
like in the
strength.
plays, the dramatic death. You get it.
You can roll athletics for this.
Good.
Okay, with that you're absolutely able to dive down without touching the ground, grab the hand, and fly back to the rest of them. So yes, Seth, your hand is back. It's
Hell
very
yeah.
damaged because spikes, so it has quite a few holes that it shouldn't. But other than that, it's fine.
A surgery though, right?
Yes, that is fine. Nothing a little. I mean, honestly, they could become enhanced speed holes for when I require quick reflexes.
Everyone needs.
And your mic went out, Maya, again. We hear you sometimes, not all the time.
Strange.
Yup.
Good.
There's a little blip of sound and then it's gone again.
Yeah.
What about now?
Oh, there you are.
See how that
Yeah.
Awesome. Right, cool.
So, do I guess correctly if I say that you go down the fire corridor?
Yes.
Or do you want to test the water one too? I mean, I know
No.
Ingvar would probably want to know what happens if you step on water when you're not supposed to.
I'm to aspect. Invoke that aspect. Compel curiosity. Let's go. Let's do fate shit.
You can act on that and get a fate point.
I'll do that.
Oh, it's so interesting.
So, same.
Aspen rules, you can also pay a fate point to not do it if you have another aspect that would forbid you from doing that.
Nah, we'd totally do that.
What if?
Write down that you have one more fate point for this game. And how do you approach testing that water corridor?
Dropping another. Actually, do. Let's see. So to do, since. Yeah, so we're gonna do first a bolt, just throwing it maybe 10 feet down the corridor.
Okay, so you trouble. It landed on a tile, obviously. How many people are standing in front of that corridor at the moment?
Oh no.
Because there's me. I'm asking who else.
I mean, I'm not standing, I'm flying. Does that count?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I'm hulking enough that at Crossroads you could probably count me as standing in front of most of the corridors, if not all of them.
I think I've sidled over towards the fire corridor at this point, seeing people keep trying the wrong ones, but probably haven't gotten all the way there yet.
Okay, so everyone apart from Tuksha, please roll me athletics.
Oh
Excellent.
god.
Oh no.
Okay.
I have some athletics. If something bad is going to happen, can I endurance instead and not try and dodge whatever bad's going to happen and just take the pain? Cool.
Can I try and dodge instead?
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, dodge is a roll. Yeah, dodge is a skill.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can try that.
Okay.
If you have skill.
Yeah, I have the edge dancing stunt, earning a +2 to dodge, so I'll just roll it fair.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
I got a 3 on that endurance roll.
Okay, yeah, and also Maya. Oh, Maya rolled. Okay. So, good news is that all of you stood your ground. Bad news is that you're all soaking fucking wet. Because guess what? That was a fucking tidal wave.
Seems you're right.
If you're done getting your laps in, we should probably continue on.
And,
Perhaps
if
this
to
is,
complete Tux's walls, there is
I needed
another
to
way.
take a wash.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Perhaps this is best anyway. We are protected some small amount from fire corridor if we step on tile and get burned to death. I do not like. I have just remembered how I am deathly afraid of fire, and therefore I'm not super keen to go down this corridor. If
There are
this
a lot of
corridor you
expensive
just get a
Ingvar
little.
ideas.
If you just get a little wet going down this corridor, I might, like, go down there and meet you on the other side.
I mean, you all probably figured by now that this is a maze, and if you don't go the correct path, you probably get lost.
Yes, but consider fire.
Definitely.
Ingvar's eyes just light up. So yeah, setting down the fire corridor.
Yeah, Tuxia heads down the corridor.
Down the fire corridor for also a while, going through the corridor, which is going in few different directions, taking you all over the place, and you come to another set of crossroads, and now the statue in the middle is holding a brown glowing orb.
It's easy enough.
There are 3 different paths going from here, one with the earth symbols, one with the air symbols, and one with the water symbols.
No fire.
Well, you
Well, I think
We're coming from fire.
Good.
if I had to guess, I'd say Earth. Is that right?
Alright, and Ingvar is gonna walk right up to the air symbol and chuck a bolt down that one.
You keep throwing away bolts. Those are hard to replace. Are you sure you don't want, like,
They just
fingers
open up one of
instead?
their pockets, they open up their jacket, and one side of the lining is just filled with pockets of, like, bolts and nuts and scrap metal.
Very impressive. Me too, but it's all fingers.
How many are standing behind Ingvar?
Well, I haven't had a chance to move, so yeah.
I think, unfortunately, this time I was definitely the last one to the corridor because I did not really want to be in the fire corridor and was making my way very tentatively and carefully. So I think I am at the back here.
So Seht is probably safe because they are far enough away. Everyone else roll me either dodge or athletics.
Wow.
Not that bad.
Okay, so Maya
Terrible.
and Ingvar, you are good. You are okay. Tuxia, do you want to do something about your roll?
Let's see.
You can spend a fate point to invoke an aspect and get a +2 on reroll.
Can you anchor yourself?
I will. Can I tag that I'm an Arkar's light mage? I have a propensity for looking into the future and seeing things coming, so I was prepared for this insanity.
You can use spending the fate point, and as I said, you can either add +2 or reroll, whichever you prefer.
I'll add 2.
I do not think you need to see the future to know that Ingvar will cause problems with curiosity.
So yes, with that you are all three able to avoid just in time being hit by a lightning bolt.
Oh!
Fortunately for Seht was kind of dragging behind you a bit, so that didn't really...
That's like really concentrated fire. I'm not into that either.
Kind of. So yes, that's what happens when you go the air style way if you're not supposed to.
Okay.
Right, shall we?
Yeah, right.
Earth this time?
Yes.
Now that we've tried all of them.
Let me go first this time. If we get to another corridor, I want to be able to block, I presume, whatever we test next.
I mean, you tested everything you needed to.
Yeah.
As far as we know, yeah.
I've just Jen the player has just worked out that the one place we haven't gone down that's wrong is fire, but Seht the character has not yet realised that that's the last one left to test, so is confidently striding ahead.
Kind of a given.
So, while walking through the air corridor, you do arrive at another crossroads. This time the statue is holding up an orb glowing blue, and there are 3 different corridors: water, fire, and air.
Tuxia just says, "All right, this way," and just motions for everyone to follow and walks down the water hallway.
Does everyone?
Yep, I'm already with you.
Not leaving any time for discussion.
It's going to be considerate. And let them, like, be far enough down that hallway.
And I'm just like, yeah, sure.
I would legitimately be surprised if Ingvar managed to resist the fire one out of all of them.
I thought about just having Zim, just use, the flamethrower we made a couple sessions ago. But, nah. They're gonna throw a bolt down the fire hallway once everyone is out of, range.
Okay, so you threw a bolt down the fire corridor once everyone else is already in the water. Roll me dodge or athletics.
Thanks.
You did dodge out of the way just in time for that nice little ball of fire that was shooting down from the corridor, and exploded right next to where you were just standing.
He's gonna
say that
dodge
rolls
them.
are a bit burnt down.
It's kind of standard.
Good.
They're just in a constant state of being singed in some fashion. They're gonna join back up with the group.
So everyone else, you probably noticed that there is this new smell of clothes being burned. That just jumped at you.
Am I on fire?
No, that tracks.
And
Nope,
you very quickly ascertain that you are not on fire, but it seems like Ingvar just was.
I have kind of assumed that Ingvar is short for singed invariably or something at this point.
Yeah, but usually it's not fresh.
We also might have heard the a fire.
Set is visibly uncomfortable at like how much fire was in this puzzle, and is eager to get out of this maze. Very obviously.
So, after walking down the water corridor, you finally reach the end of the maze. And yes, you once again have a room in front of you with a pedestal for the crystal. And you don't see the crystal anywhere. And you already know that there should be a crystal here.
Where is it?
Time to combine some magics.
That sounds like a good idea. What did you have in mind?
I mean, you could probably try to first find out what the fuck happened to the crystal, and maybe it's hidden somewhere.
Yeah, I'd like to try and peer back into the past and see what happened.
Sure, roll me your Arcas magic.
That's a 6.
Okay.
Nice.
So with that, you're able to look into the past.
Right.
Notice that the crystal, well, it kinda dropped into the earth below. Okay, it's probably underground.
Right, so at some point the crystal dropped into the earth. We need to extract it.
Well,
Did you see why it dropped into the earth?
Did I see that, or did it just do it on its own?
You can see that by looking back. That basically, probably if you were to try to extract it, it would be useful if yours was one of the magics combined to better track where to look and where to extract.
Okay.
if you want to make the ground all wibbly wobbly again, I could send Hansel in, swim through the earth and pull the crystal out. They would not mind. Right, Hansel? Right, Hansel. They are coming in. Wait for it. Very handy. You see what I did there?
Seeing that you now have two separate answers sent to different things, do you have the right Hansel and left Hansel?
Oh no, the other hand isn't. It wasn't sentient. This one was just. I had to use Moran magic to do that. This other one I just chucked. I just tore it off and went. Whoop.
It would be very funny to have right Hansel and left Hansel.
No, we just have one. The only. I am not. How you say, skilled enough flesh animator to really sustain life outside of my own for that long, because I think one, that would be quite a power creep for this campaign, and two, I would lose track of everything that is alive, so probably
Love that
best
you're doing
to
it in
keep
the accent.
Yeah.
Probably best to keep it to one thing at a time.
I love that kind of character.
Hey, you know me. You know me in Paul's game. My characters break the fourth wall.
I'm absolutely fine with fourth wall breaking for comedic purposes mostly.
You know, you can pretend they didn't say it in game. I just like doing the voices. I think.
It is a fun voice.
The other option would be to, since we already will have to use earth magic to kind of get that out, it would be probably useful to just use earth magic to get that out of earth. But hey,
Could
that's
dig
me.
a big hole.
So let's see if we.
Crystal is basically earth element.
Yeah, I was about to think of doing combined magic, but if that goes wrong, that could go horribly wrong for the crystal itself. So we're
Since
gonna.
once again you would have to mix elemental and arcars.
Yeah. Okay. So I will.
It's quite good at balancing you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't relish the idea of what happens if that goes wrong.
No, it may be better to try a solo magic approach first. I look at Hansel,
Perhaps
I
I
look
could,
at the whole limb and go, I only have so many limbs to replace blown off magic fingers with at the moment.
Perhaps I could, and Tuksha is going to try and find the crystal with our cars and then make it kind of like glow.
It's just the fact that you know where it is. It's not based that easy to transfer that knowledge to somebody else.
Right, I was going to try and make it glow with not bone magic.
Okay, roll.
Can you make it make a noise or a vibration or something? It might be easier to feel with like earth elemental magic.
It's probably going, but it's also after.
Nails.
Yeah, I didn't think that through.
I mean, you never know. That might help make it feel more different.
How does earth for earth magic or earth elemental magic, which I always is it Durat that's the elemental?
Yes,
Yeah. For like earth, would you be able to like feel a vibration? Would you be able to hear a sound through rock if you like attuned with it? Like how?
Probably yes, sound not so much.
Yeah.
Sound needs some space to travel.
Yeah, that makes
If
sense.
it's solid earth, then no sounds going out. But
I'm just
vibration,
intrigued.
yes.
I don't know any
However,
Durat magic. I'm just
something that's a bit
thinking aloud.
Balanced and earthquakes happen. I'm not sure if vibrations under earth are such a great idea.
It survived those big earthquakes. You know, a tiny crystal vibrating can't be that bad, right?
Remember that the crystals are quite fragile.
Yeah. And I just rolled a 1. Did Tuksha's like efforts to triangulate it, did that like help at all to create an advantage where I could
Could I try and be like walk to where walk to directly over it and be like it's straight down that way?
Yeah, you can do that.
Is
Alright.
it like earth or rock here?
So hopefully this is better. That's a 2.
Yeah, you tried, and you couldn't get a hold on the crystal.
Is it like earth or rock here, the ground? Rock, okay. Perhaps we take another approach. You said it was directly down here, yes? Cool. Stand back. I crack my knuckles and then crack the knuckles of Hansel as well. Make a ball up like 2 big fists and swing down and attempt to crack the earth, but crack the rock beneath it with a big hulking swing.
Do you have some strength skill?
I do. I have +2 to might rolls to break things
Roll it.
because
Nice.
I have hulking size.
Okay.
I can't remember if I need to pay. I don't think I need to pay anything to do that because I have like a bunch of downsides to it as well. Cool. All right. And I have +2 might, so this is with an additional 2, so that's a 4 total.
Okay, so you did manage to crack the ground a bit.
Yes.
It hurt both you and Hansel quite a lot.
That's fine. Hansel wasn't swinging; it was just me and my 2 regular hands.
So yeah,
Hansel
it hurt
Hansel was more for moral support.
you quite a bit, and judging when you look down and judge on how big of a crack you made, it's gonna take a lot more swings like that, and it's gonna hurt like hell, and you might need to replace one of your hands after that.
That is fine. Not really my concern.
But
I am.
Can I?
you notice
but
after
a-
that crack happened,
Mhm.
is the fact that there is another earthquake.
I am but a tool for the completion of this mission, and I get ready to swing again, and I will pause just in case someone wants to stop me because I'm not paying attention to the earthquakes.
Perhaps I should try softening the ground instead of trying to grab the crystal. That might
Try that.
keep it easier.
That is a fair point.
Okay, with
God damn it.
and no, with 3 you are able to soften the ground.
Okay.
Nice.
It's basically the same mud-like texture as you had in the previous crystal when you were trying to pull it out of the wall.
Okay.
However,
I guess this seems to be going up by one.
This time the crystal is quite deep down, so
Yeah.
Whoever's gonna be reaching better have long hands.
Well, I think I can help here unless anyone else has a better idea.
How like. All right. Yeah, Tuksha will stand over the spot and knows how deep it is, and will reach down with a tentacle to
Yeah, you have
try and
very
pull it
long
out.
arms.
Okay, so you reach down with the tentacle, easier for you because you know where exactly the crystal is.
Yep.
However, one thing that you need to remember is that A, the crystal is quite fucking sharp,
Yep.
and B, it's covered in mud at the moment.
Yep.
Oh,
See,
The
tentacles usually don't have fingers.
would you like an assistant? And I just sort of hold out Hansel with another hand. Like, they can be your grabbing implement. If you wrap around the wrist here.
that would be a good idea.
Just in
And,
case this works, and this would probably be helpful in future situations as well, can I try and like MacGyver some, like basically like tongs, to be able to grab things without touching them?
Tentacle
Probably
prosthetic.
Yes, but A, not at this moment, and 2, those would be not very helpful with something that's slippery.
Fair.
The crystal
Okay.
right now is very fucking slippery.
Need just like a bag. Just like slip it up in like a Tesco carrier bag and
Yeah.
no, Hansel will be able to help. Pain is not an issue for him. For them, I apologize, Hansel. I do not mean to, inflict gender norms on you. The name, they picked it, not me. And hand them over.
Yeah, so
Into me rendering an arm. I love this.
So Tuksha will wrap a tentacle around Hansel's wrist and plunges down to get Hansel in position to grab the crystal. This is
So you managed to do that, and Hansel does grab the crystal, so you pull Hansel out.
Quality
And
team.
Yes, you do have the crystal, however, it's covered in mud, it's sharp, and Hansel is definitely cut in 2 places.
That is fine. It is what we are here for. Hansel understands this. I high five Hansel.
Prefer not to high five at the moment, seeing that cats.
I high five Hansel. We do not give in to pain.
Isn't he also holding the crystal? So you'd be high-fiving the crystal?
I would assume we put it down first.
Down on Earth once,
Yeah.
Okay.
so.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if we needed
Right.
to do
No,
instead.
Hansel took their hand out of the crystal as soon as it was possible.
Gotcha.
Coward. I will imbue you with more confidence next time. More masochism.
That Hansel would prefer more pain resistance, but hey.
Something to bear in mind.
So yes, you have now laying on the ground a mud-covered crystal that needs to be on the pedestal and preferably not covered in mud.
Yeah. I'll just use Drat Magic to clean it, and then set. No. Tuksha. Tuksha I believe there were on the other pedestals runes that you were able to see with your magic that needed infusing. Perhaps you can check to see if
Tuksha,
that is
you're quite
needed.
sure that the crystal will work once it's back on pedestal.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just need to pick it up and set it on it. Okay, after we clean it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Cleaning. Hey.
It's a
They
shame
look
we
like.
just came down the water corridor because we could have just like tapped the wrong tile and just washed it off in the resultant tidal wave.
Okay. And then. What are you eating, Ricky? Is it a bug? Oh, okay, it's a. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't anything like bad. Okay. So then, to hopefully avoid more cuts, I'll try and then move it on to the pedestal with just earth magic.
Okay, roll it. You tried. You lifted it from the ground.
Don't. I've got this. I just grab it and put it on the pedestal.
So, Seht, once you grab it, you notice one thing. When it fell down from that almost being out, it cracked a bit.
Fuck.
Oh, dear. It's still good. It's still good. I just kind of like place it on the pedestal delicately and hope that it's fine.
So you placed it on the pedestal, but nothing happened.
It's not still good, guys. I don't know what to tell you. Perhaps, we know Durat magic might be able to, because crystal is like earth magic, but also would Napbone magic come into play when something is damaged, because fixing it is like the order of the thing?
Yep.
Okay.
Soul Light is all about fixing, not only.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a go then. You know, it's just
I
like
think we're gonna be
crack.
combining magics again.
Ooh, oh, cool.
Ooh.
Okay.
Because if you want to fix it, yes, you will need both Darat and Nadbone.
Yeah, that's fine.
'Cause
I don't think they're
Nadbone-
opposites, are they?
It
You know?
would be good if Nadbone had some fucking guidance when fixing crystals.
I feel like, yeah, Natbone might like perfectly cut this into an X, like a perfectly shaped like
Yeah, that might be
gem
it.
inset, which is not what this crystal wants to be. It's like this weird unnatural form from the earth. Gross. Let's make it a nice, solid, equidistant, beautiful cut gem. No, yeah.
Probably wouldn't work after that. Okay.
And we each hold.
No, you don't hold
Yeah.
anything. Somebody has to hold the channeling crystal.
Right.
Secure
Oh,
the
I
place.
did that before, didn't I?
I can hold it.
Yeah,
Does anyone else have-
enough tentacles to do that.
Yeah. I can hold it away from me.
Cool, cool.
And then you both stand on two opposite sides of it to channel your magic through it. And remember,
Yes.
when you conquer it, you do need to get it the exact result.
Yes. Fingers crossed.
Jen?
Huh?
That's too good.
Bone.
I'm too good.
Does anyone do anything about that?
Can I -2 by invoking an aspect?
No, but
Oh.
you can dash by invoking an aspect.
Yeah, that's probably
yeah.
a smart way of doing it.
Pyro spiral? No, that's not quite it.
Nothing flammable in the area except for my view.
Yeah.
And, the rest.
You've got one related
What
to
about
curiosity.
subvert your
right?
expectations? They don't look like they're good at what they do, but they.
Okay, I can do that, yeah. You can spend
Yeah,
the
I like that.
moving your result up to 6. So with that,
Okay.
combined magics are of the equal force. So yes, the rest, all of you can notice that the crystal is getting fixed with the magic, and the crack is gone in a while. And yes, it's starting to glow and float above the pedestal. And yes, you do, Ingvar, you feel that now the balance in the set is restored.
Good.
I did
All
not.
Here, thank you. I can see you managed. Please come back. And you see a new corridor forming out of where you are.
I forgot about weird spy magic in this game. Ingvar, I did not take you for such an excellent gemsmith. Where did you learn such skills? Not usually something I anticipate being blown up, so I do not associate it with you.
Well, family real matters are quite accomplished inventors. I had good tutors.
Ah, I see. Neat. Getting that plot, getting that background lore. Let's go.
You know,
Yeah.
there is a corridor that's probably leading back to where you started. Probably.
Yeah. Let's go that way.
I mean, I think you don't have
Yes.
to go through the maze and all the other places.
Yes, I
Yeah.
do not wish to go through the walls of fire again. Thank you.
That would be fun.
No, it would not be precisely the opposite. That was what I don't think you understood where I was coming from.
It would be fun for Ingvar.
I precisely said that it would not be fun.
Assuming you're taking the corridor.
Yes.
So after a while you go back to where you started, so the place with the stone archway with what looks like, now that you look at it, a sort of throne. There's one stone with some crystals growing out. It looks kind of like a throne. And yes, you do see your old friend Maka sitting on it. Ah, so you managed. Good, good. How was it?
Sharp.
Show you Maka again.
Hell
It
yeah.
wasn't terribly difficult. A few hiccups, but nothing we couldn't manage.
Oh, good. Good to know. And I'm glad
Why-
you do so.
Why do you have so much fire around such dangerous and precious artifacts?
Oh, you see, so most of the planes have something that's keeping them in balance. And way back when that was set up, we all the elemental planes set up the, traps and mazes so that getting to those places of balance was not that easy, and all the planes cooperated on that.
Do you have many apologies if this is a politically incorrect term, but rock people visiting this plane?
Yeah, the planar buildings tend to visit each other all the time. It's just
I was.
visiting for a while.
That makes sense. I was wondering what kind of what is oh no, I've forgotten the actual word, bollocks. I
Question?
was wondering what kind of deterrent giant fireball was to big chunk of rock, but I suppose if other people are here, you have to protect against them
This is
too.
also why spaces like this exist, where we can have people from other planes visit and, well, not die.
Yes.
Because you see, somebody from, for example, the airplane would not fare well in most of the airplane.
I am very glad that you do not take the lack of air as a given. I have come to take being able to breathe for granted. That was, you see, because on our plane that is a type of rock, like you. So I am using humor to diffuse awkwardness of nearly being killed by fire.
So, as I told you, you can ask me whatever questions you have, and I will answer to the best of my ability.
Speaking of air, actually,
I'm your first extra being.
yes. speaking of air, actually, we noticed that the air tiles, when it was not appropriate to step on them, purely for scientific reasons, of course, they sent a bolt of lightning down the corridor, but air magic doesn't seem to work here. Is that a scientific?
The air magic normally doesn't work here because this plane doesn't have any air in it. However, as I said, when the traps were being set up, all of the elemental planes worked on it together. So there is a bit of air magic in that corridor purely for that trap to work. You won't
Smart.
find air magic anywhere else on this plane.
Interesting. And what do people from other planes call our home plane?
That's an interesting question, seeing that it's basically different in every language. Because yes, you might be able to understand me because perks of this place being made for all extraplanar beings is that it's automatically translating everything.
How
So that
very
makes sense.
handy.
Yes. However, each plane has its own language, so yeah, the name for your plane is different in every language. I just usually call it the plane of the mortals.
Is mortality not a common thing among other planes?
I'm a rock. Guess how easy rocks die? Then we have fire elementals. Then we have air elementals.
Forgive me, but I
No, being mortal is purely your
I punch a rock nearly to death in previous chamber. You saying if you crack into pieces you would still be alive? Is this like an earthworm situation? Would you grow into two?
So
Oh, that was supposed to be a joke, but that's really quite interesting. Thank you.
If it's taken apart to smaller rocks, all of those rocks will still be sentient.
Are they all you, or are they like your children?
Really depends.
Curious.
Some of them might still be me, some of them might decide to be their own person.
I could pull out my notebook and start
If they decide
making
to
notes.
be me and are not taken to many different places, very far away from each other, then they will probably reassemble.
This is fascinating. Your people's physiology is quite unique.
So yes, I will play the plane of the mortals, because mortality is basically
And you mentioned before. You mentioned before that other people can travel through the planes without a device like ours. How do they travel?
Planar beings are able to travel between planes. Different ways, really. Depends on where the being is from. For me, I am able to go deep into the earth to where the old roads are, which allow me to go to different planes.
Okay, out of character, kind of like the concept of ley lines, but between planes.
Yeah, kind of.
Cool.
Time to ride the interplanar highway, baby.
Yes.
Pull shades out of nowhere.
Yeah. The wind is in my hair, even though I don't really have that much.
Even
Where
though
is
we're
that
on the Earth
vapor
plane.
wave coming from? Like.
I think I lost Maya.
Yeah.
Oh.
Video. Zara, you with us?
Hello.
Okay. Oh, okay.
if you don't mind me asking, I am fascinated by your physiology. It is kind of my specialty on our home plane, so please do tell me to uh, uh, keep myself to myself if I am being too invasive. But I also would not really classify myself as mortal, but there are things that can kill me, such as fire, hence why I was most upset about earlier traps. Is there anything like that for you that you fear?
Not really. As far as I know, killing rock people like me is not an easy feat, because apart from having to take us apart and take each part to a very, very different place, probably if you ground us into dust, that might do it.
That was what I was wondering. Like erosion, I know that is probably not a big problem
Yeah, we
here,
would
but
not erode on our own, but if you ground us into like sand, that would probably do it.
would you
Nobody
still be
tried it.
sentient as sand?
No idea,
And
never tried.
just I am. You are.
I
I
would
am
sub-
glad I am an ethical medical practitioner because I am curious, but I do not have any aspects relating to my curiosity, so I shall not be grinding any of your people up.
um, uh, this might be a semantic difference, but you said uh, before certain things are happening because the planes work together. Just to clarify, is that the people of the planes or are the planes themselves alive?
So, depending on which plane you are from, there are different ways of traveling between planes, as I mentioned. And the planes are all kind of linked to each other, that's why traveling between them is possible.
It is very interesting.
But they're not like themselves like alive. They're just
No,
Bl-
they are just connected.
okay. Gotcha. Good to know.
If you guys give me a second, I'm gonna go grab something to drink and be right back. You guys can go have questions
Oh,
in the meantime.
I have one
Okay.
question that you might want to think about while you're going. I'll ask it in character, but I'm going to ask about their greatest cultural work.
Ooh.
Okay, I will be right back.
And if it's rock music, I will not be disappointed.
Yes.
Fair.
I totally forgot that he definitely saw me just completely flub crystal.
And I've successfully and without suspicion gathered information on how we kill the rock people if they ever try to invade. Let's go.
Definitely not
Diplomacy, baby!
Yeah. Oh,
Sneaky
jeez.
beaky.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Does anyone else have questions? I don't want to just hog the limelight. Or if anyone else would like to ask that cultural work question, because it's not majorly my area of expertise.
Hmm.
I mean, I would say
Okay.
that cultural works were more in Maya's domain,
Oh yeah.
seeing she's
Yeah.
from Faye.
What do you do for fun? Like,
Zara?
Yeah, I don't really know what to say.
This is fair. I nearly did Set's voice for that.
Uh, I was gonna ask about the what did the people from our plane, the Fletchlings, as you call themselves, when they last came to visit? Or did they refer to themselves as an organization, or?
They just refer to themselves by their names.
Do you remember
Smart.
their names?
It was a while ago, as I said, but the names. You know what? That kind of escapes my memory. As I said, it was a while back. Last time they visited was over 4,000. Well, 4,000 of your years ago. No, sorry, I don't remember their names.
Alright. Fuck it, I'll ask. Oh, you can go ahead.
No, go right ahead.
We've talked a lot about, well, what would you consider your, culture's greatest work?
My culture's greatest work. What kind of work do you mean?
Art, music, writing? Ordering?
We don't usually
Buildings.
art, per se.
Science?
I mean, I would say that probably those crystals and statues you've seen, that's something we did. All the stonework was ours.
They are impressive. Do you, does your people, do you record knowledge? We write them down on dead tree corpses. Do you do anything similar with your history or knowledge?
Not really, because for one, we don't really age and die, so essentially still are, and can just tell the stories. But most of the
Good memories?
yes, that's but also we usually can just touch a stone and see the history of the place itself.
Ooh,
Oh.
that's interesting. And you can do that with any stone from, say, other planes? Or just the ones?
Probably, I know I can do it on my plane. I'm not sure about other planes.
And can you? This is. Do you survive on all other planes? Do you know? Would you survive on, say, our plane?
So most planes like mine have those areas for visitors that are safe
Yes.
for people from other planes. I'm not sure about your plane. I never visited it. I'm not sure if you ever made
If
because it's not easy to make one. So
no, I do not believe. Well, we are the first people in a very long time to travel, so I do not believe we have a space.
you might
But
not, because usually such a
presumably,
space takes somebody who has full control of the magic of the place. and basically the base plan is to
Yes.
save the area.
Yes. Well, our plane appears to be relatively hospitable to life. Maybe. Certainly yourselves, we have many rocks, is what I'm saying. If perhaps you would care to consider an ambassador, perhaps we could arrange back home for them to be accommodated in our plane so we may learn more about each other if it is a thing that your people are interested in.
I could probably try that, but you would first have to create a space that's safe for earth elementals to survive in.
True. We may have a space, but we will get back to you on that.
What is it you require to safely exist in another plane?
For example, no access to Earth.
So air is harmful?
Well, kinda, because it's the opposite element.
And it is antithesis of yourselves.
Yes.
Hmm.
So if there is air
How is it?
around, it won't probably won't kill us, but it will hurt like hell.
Is it hurting like hell to be here in this air
No,
place?
because this one I created myself, and I am isolating myself from air in it.
Right, okay. So the magic itself, not the air itself. Perhaps we do not have a safe space then.
Yes, probably that.
Or at least not one currently
visited your plane
maintained.
in the first place. Yes.
Hmm.
Well, back when your people were here previously, I don't think any of the elementals actually visited your plane because none of them will be able to survive in the presence of the magic from other plane.
Yes.
Well, maybe not from any other, but from the opposite one.
Understandable.
And as I understand,
Still,
Is there-
if
as I understand, your plane is filled with magic from all of the planes. So
Right. Is there a plane where there is no magic?
I haven't heard of that one, of any plane like that. To be honest,
I wonder if we could even reach it if it did exist.
probably not, because you need magic
Curious.
to travel between planes.
I have been wondering if our
If you were to exit the plane, you would most likely not be able to come back.
I have been wondering if our safe haven could be a place suitable, but that is we will have to come back and consider that.
That has air.
Just a place back home on our plane. It is
Roll me deception.
fuck.
Yeah.
Whoopsie. I beefed up, guys.
I mean, saying it's back home on our plane is technically correct. It is our plane.
It is our plane. That's very true.
So,
That's a 0.
yeah,
Do you have anything that could help?
Absolutely, I do not. I don't think so. Anyway, I could make my mouth fall off mid-sentence. Maybe I've fallen. Their limbs are easily parted. My tongue could just have a brain of its own and yeet itself out of there. But that would probably be
that wouldn't help with
inconvenient.
Uh-huh.
No, I don't think I've got anything. If anything, I'm full of nat bone, good, holy, nice, good magic. Lying is hard.
Everything that he's saying is absolutely the truth. I know he doesn't sound
Oh.
like it is, but I can absolutely 100% guarantee everything that they have just said is the truth.
The playsets we've.
Okay, Maya, you roll deception in that case.
Thank
Ah.
you.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep
Okay.
this roll, and yes, with that you succeeded. So he buys that. Yes.
Yay.
If it's on your plane, then it wouldn't work anyway, because your plane still has all of the magics in it.
That is a shame, and apologies for potential misunderstanding. I am still getting used to these particular face muscles.
Oh, don't worry.
Did he have like a particular reaction when Seht slipped and said safe haven?
That would probably be something insight related, so I think that would be empathy.
Okay. Go ahead and put a.
Which you do not
Nope.
have, so you roll that at 0.
Yeah.
No reaction whatsoever. His face is as solid as a rock.
Stone
That's
faced, you
fair.
could say.
He's so hard to read. Okay.
I am struggling. Sorry, I don't know why I'm doing that in character. I'm struggling to remember the other things we specifically wanted to ask. Like, our mission is to explore and thing. We've kind of covered a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and I think part of the issue is we haven't talked in character about how we want to talk about our plane. The idea that they can't come to our plane, so they're not really a threat to us because they can't be, is
But
good to know.
We
But
do know that they have the ability to undo that, although it sounds like it takes some preparation and time to create a space.
well, it requires someone with full control of the magic of that plane. So they would need someone on their side, like ones who created C.H.I.M.E.
We also know that they can't die. It would just hurt a lot. So if they were pissed off enough, like they sent the person who were angry and driven, they could definitely do some damage over there. From a threat assessment point of view, at least, you know.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Education is +3. Oh my.
I can tell you one
Sorry about that.
So, creating a space that's safe for somebody from a different plane requires full control of magic of the plane you're creating the space in. Yes, you can have one person having control of all the magics. Sure, that's very highly unlikely. However, what happens if you get people who, well, a bunch of people who each can control one of the magics?
So what you're saying is everything would be fine until the earth, wind, fire, and water nations attacked.
For example, they would probably have to gather also all the other magic planes do have control of every other magic in your plane, but it would be possible.
Unite to invade.
Already found something created out of every single possible magic plane.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So, I guess don't piss off the extra planet.
All the other planes?
Yeah, don't piss off everyone at once. Okay. I'm hoping we can manage that.
Yeah. Set out as explorers, turn into the people who started the war.
I mean, we have a Polish movie about a guy who started the World War II, so okay, not Poland.
So, you did offer us, if this so stands, to show us other configurations to get to other planes.
Did he? Because he doesn't travel via that
Yeah.
device, so how would he know that?
He said he might be able to show us or help us.
He might be able to translate some of the things.
Translate.
I think that one might go to corresponds to the combination that you already know is right.
Mhm.
Let me see. It's just looking around the device.
Mhm.
Just give me a second because I need to check something.
Yeah, you're fine. It's also good, like, to have another person confirm so that it's like, yes, he does have some accurate information on this
Yeah,
device.
it's not actually the plane of fire, and we've been duped.
Yeah. Yeah, just always good to have someone confirm.
Okay.
I am not looking forward to when we go to the plane of fire because I'm pretty sure Set is staying the fuck home. Like the elemental plane or the plane of Fey is already pretty close to fire, so Set is like on the edge about that one. But like the plane of fire,
So I think that one would go to the plane of fire. He shows you one of the configurations. And that one might...
we don't need that one.
And that one could take you to the plane of darkness.
Ooh.
That's all the addresses that I recognize from the symbols.
Interesting.
Thank you. Shit, I thought of another one and then immediately forgot.
I hate that feeling.
Yeah.
So yes, he confirmed for you the plane of Fey. He gave you the addresses for plane of fire and plane of darkness.
Wonderful. Do we have any toast to check that while we're here? Like,
Oh, that was it.
Right. We gotta start bringing. Right, we need to stop bringing toast wherever we go.
I understand that you don't have as much of a sense of time as we do, since well, you're essentially ageless. But
You usually don't.
do you? Right, but you did say that there was about 4,000 mortal years since the last flashling.
I believe that
Okay.
is about what you would call it. I think.
Do you know roughly how long that? Do you know if it would be the same in Earth years, or any idea?
Oh, I gave you the time in Earth years, because as I said, we do not track time.
That's fair. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I must admit, I am curious a bit about.
That by the device you're holding and how age is shown on this. That it has been about 4,000 years, right? Since last time.
That makes. Oh,
Used? Or last I saw.
This is a bit off the topic, but I am curious. What kind of relations, if any, you have with the other elemental planes?
We usually keep civil relations. We don't visit each other too often, elementals anyway. I have very good relations with water and with fire. Not so great with air, but we keep it civil.
Good.
We don't
Well, that
visit
is-
each other with air because, well, guess what?
Yes, I had perhaps guessed.
when he was showing us the combinations, was he touching the device?
Yes.
I don't know if that was if. He said when he can touch stone, he can see the history of that. Okay.
You don't know how much he has to concentrate on
Mm.
seeing the history of that particular stone to gather information from it. You have no idea how much of the information he could have gotten from when he was touching it to show you the addresses.
Is
Okay.
anyone here married? Character-wise,
Like
to be
in the
clear.
party. No, I'm not.
Or or have another reason to be wearing like gemstone adornments.
Oh,
Because he said he didn't know if they could do the rock history thing in our plane, but it'd be interesting to see if they can do the rock history thing on a thing that we know for certain originated in our plane.
and didn't hold the past of Haven.
Yeah, but I do
think-
not wear jewelry. My fingers change size too often.
I think my mask has some gems on it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Most
Would
likely.
be fun experiment. Would probably not be an experiment that comes to Set's mind, but I, the player, was curious. So
The question, Tuksha, is will you be taking it off so that we can check if he can read the history of them?
you.
I think Tuksha
That's
also
my
wouldn't have
face.
thought of this.
Yeah.
Probably have been an Ingvar thought if Z was thinking about the yeah. Does your I don't know if you have metals here or just stone, but would you be able to try on to read piece of metal or gem from our plane?
I could try.
I love the idea of they're like, I could try. Just like I don't get to show this off very often. It's bit my party trick, you know. Everyone here can do it, so it's not a big deal. But to you guys,
Ingvar will just take out one of your tools. Since they'd be able to confirm. Well,
I just got the idea of them touching it and going, Jesus Christ, you nearly blew everything up.
So
How many nukes?
he grabs the tool that you're handing him. Oh, nice work. I can see you can bend earth also into metal. That's nice. And yeah, he basically will give you the full history of that tool. So whatever that history is, he gives you it in full.
that definitely includes a lot of explosions.
Yes.
Probably once he reaches like the traumatic family stuff, Ingvar is like, I think that is a good enough rate. Very interesting.
You could go further back, but hey.
What's the most interesting thing that tool had been used in inventing or fixing that they brought up?
Is that tool one of only your own, or did you get it from somebody from the party?
I think they would have given him one of their own because the ones from family probably would have held some sentimental value.
So he will just look at it. So he will just go, probably that one time when Ingvar here almost built something that could have exploded all over the place around you. Not that far ago.
Wait, what?
To stop Zim from that.
Ingvar just slowly turns into How long ago was that? Asking Tuksha, not Naka.
What was it? Oh, yesterday.
No, not that. It was when you were last, when you were in safe haven. That's gonna be like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
as far as you know, for all of you.
He's gonna look at Maya. Like, we could do far more than a flamethrower then.
And
Interesting.
you'll never know how.
Yes, he toys around with it again.
Well played.
Hello, train.
Yup.
Very useful
good.
Jen,
And we can always come back later and ask more if they come up later.
Always welcome.
I do have one more question.
Oh,
Without leaving the plane, are you able to communicate between planes? And if so, how is that done?
not usually. It's not that easy to communicate between planes without actually visiting one.
Ah,
Yes.
a shame.
Some more magical planes, so like the Fey one, for example, are able to communicate with some other planes through magic, because magic. But we are rocks.
Yes.
Rocks
Fair.
are not very communicative.
I guess that makes sense. You are rock people, and with this many planes around, I would expect the only way of sending messages to each other would be airmail. And you do not like air, so
Just had that idea too.
that one's probably, we can probably just scratch that one from in characters. I don't think there are airplanes where we're from, right? Like, just checking.
Exactly, no.
Yeah, okay, we could probably scratch that one from in character. It just was
Messenger
too
pigeon?
good for me to see. Yeah.
Or
It's still
But then-
airmail.
I mean,
But then
Toss
the
rock
plane's
down the
airmail
line.
thing doesn't work.
your plane has options of transferring messages to different parts of the plane via magic, so.
Yes. I wonder if we could establish some sort of communication network somehow. I think that is something we should put our best people on.
Figure that out, I would be very happy to help you test it.
Or we could come give you like a planar email box. No, still can't do that. Stop making accusations. We could give you, say, a interplanar mailbox, perhaps. That would be very useful, I feel
I
like.
think that a landline would be more appropriate.
A landline. I like that.
Yes!
Oh, I see what you did there, because Earth plane land. Maya, you are a hoot.
Someday I can figure something like that out. I will participate.
Wonderful. Well, I think, unless we have other questions, we may have taken up enough of your valuable time.
Yes, please. As I said, you can visit whenever.
Yes, thank you again. Glad we could assist with
Thank
the.
you for helping us come back. It was very annoying when those earthquakes were happening.
Thank you for your
Not a
hospitality,
problem.
and we are glad that we could have an assistance. And I'll start. I'm going to start programming in our home plane, not Haven, but yeah, Kanbar.
So you open the portal to your home plane, so I'm guessing you will do it.
Yep.
I wave goodbye to Maka, and Hansel also waves goodbye to Maka.
Aw.
And you travel through the plane to your home plane. So you go out where you left off, so the chamber in which you manifest in the portal, and obviously your very, very favorite person is already waiting there. You know, the one that always knows when you will come back. So that took you a bit. How was it? Well, it was, I guess, adventurous, but hey, let's pretend I don't know everything.
Saving a plane is quite adventurous. How long were we gone? It only felt like a day.
Well, I imagine it might have felt like a day. But it was about a week.
Oh.
I'm guessing time moves a bit
Curious.
slower when you're on the Earth plane.
Or
It would seem so.
yes. But we learned many things about the plane and its inhabitants.
That's great. what you are doing there. I don't have the details of your conversations and stuff like that, so I'm pretty sure there is somebody who will need to debrief you on all of that.
You would get on quite well with this person we met, Maka. They could hear everything that was going on in the plane. Similarly unnerving.
The same. They probably just created corridors for you to be safe to travel in, and since it's all Earth, they can hear it and shape them so that they can hear you. I
But
go a bit further than that because I usually just see the future. Well, the possible future, it might change.
makes sense.
Yes.
So you're all okay. Your cat Seht is absolutely
Yes.
fine. She's adorable. We all love her. Well, I love her. The others not so much. And yeah, let's just go do your debriefing or whoever you want to talk to, and yeah.
Wonderful.
Also, one reminder, guys, from your lovely DM. When you were last in Safe Haven and you put time in data retrieval mode, you were informed that the first results will be in about a week.
Ooh, cool.
Okay.
Right.
To Haven now, and post the data retrieval process, Time might have some information for you.
Sounds like a plan for next time.
Yes. I believe that our next trip should be to Haven so that we can speak with C.H.I.M.E again now that it's been longer than we expected.
Yes.
Yes, very
So
good
I will
point.
let our dear guest player know that she will not be required today, but will be required next game.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds good. Wonder if I can track the time on mortal plane while on others. I shall have to talk to
I mean,
Depends.
there's somebody else doing some experimental engineering in this complex.
Pantsu, right?
Fun, so yes.
Okay.
So, who do you go to next? Because Nyan just basically welcomed you and then went their own way.
By the way, I gave Nyan Hansel for now because while Seht knows that they have planar explorer duties to attend to, got to go and debrief, they really want to pet C.H.I.M.E, so they've sent Hansel along to do it like in their proxy.
Okay, and then Nyan just hands out. Oh yes, I will take him to CIT.
Thank you.
Also, I don't know if I should have CIT as
Very cute.
Let me just do a handout and then drop it also in the OBS, but that's 1 second.
Nyan should take a bow because just gave her a hand.
I love the puns. Okay. So, who should we speak to next? Because security, the only main update we have for them is that the rock people would have a very difficult time surviving on this plane, so they're not too much of a threat unless all of the planes decided they were against us.
But if they did get here, we would have a difficult time fighting them.
But
Yeah.
also we know that they can travel, and most of the other planes have
Ooh.
not lost the ability to travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we probably should go to Sati.
Let's go find Sati.
So yes, in the meanwhile, while I'm
I've been talking a lot, so it's one of
while I'm looking to prepare CT, we will go to Sati in that case. Let me just turn Nyan off and put in Sati. So yes, you go to your favorite Nutbone
Yes, the person who makes Seht feel what's the word? Unaccomplished.
I've been talking a lot, so if someone else wants to take lead, they can.
Yeah. I mean, same, to be honest.
Well, it was a bit hazardous, but we learned that most of the other planes have not lost the ability to travel between them. But the elementals of each of the fire, earth, air, water planes would have a difficult time existing in a plane that contained their opposite.
So, no danger of them visiting us anytime soon.
Not on their own, but they could all collaborate, and then they could actually survive.
Oh, that's not great. I mean,
Hmm.
as long as they don't start cooperating.
The rock folk in particular do make a note that they are essentially immortal. So the specifically, it is the presence of air magic here that would hurt them, hinder them, but it is not impossible for them to survive here. Would just be very painful. So perhaps if we should still refrain from too many diplomatic incidents.
Yes,
For if enough hatred were stirred up, I expect they could survive here enough, powered by hatred, to push through the pain. But if that were the case, they can, in theory, be killed by grinding them up. They have not tested that theory. Yes. But a giant belt sander of some sort would be an excellent weapon against an incursion.
Just a giant rock saw.
Well, no, because the saws would just make them parts.
We should also be aware of their potential for espionage, should that become relevant. They have the ability to touch stone and learn its history, and it has been confirmed by Ingvar that works on stone not originating in their plane. Yes.
I should point out, though, that we did prevent their plane from essentially collapsing while we were there, so we have hopefully set off on the right foot.
That's good. That should at least make our relations decent.
Yes.
Mortality seems to be a mostly unique thing to our plane. So we will likely encounter other beings that are very difficult to kill, or at least do not naturally die.
I mean, that would make sense since the other planes are made out of entirely that one kind of magic, so the beings there are made out of that kind of magic entirely. So yeah, it's hard to kill magic.
Mm.
Makes sense. So yes, good on you to make good impression and keep that in future relations in other planes.
Yes.
Prefer to
Also,
avoid having enemies in other planes, because that can get tricky.
yes. To be clear, if we ever were to make a aggressive move, many of these planes do not have livable conditions outside of small areas specifically set up to accommodate extraplanar visitors. So, rock plane, no air, outside of very small area, would be tricky to invade if that was a thing that, you were interested in.
Anytime soon, so preferably never.
I am glad of that.
But still, you should try to, just as here, maintain good relations with other planes so that we don't have a problem with them trying to invade us.
Yes.
You did also avoid speaking of safe haven in general, just in case, since we do not know the standing it had with other planes.
Especially
We plan on
Yes.
discussing exactly how we're going to approach that.
it was created for some reason, and I don't think it was created because they needed to defend themselves from their own plane.
Right.
Yes, my bad. I think Maya covered for me expertly, but whoops.
No problem. I believe Maya was able to do enough damage control to fix whatever slip up we had. Don't worry about it.
A
Yeah.
rare metaphorical slip of the tongue.
Yes, I assume that's
I
what
think
most
that's
people say about the metaphorical. Though in your case, it might not be metaphorical, but if you will let us know if that wasn't the case.
Stitching is hard. Is fiddly in there.
I could try and help if it ever became an issue. I'm quite good with my hands. Not like that!
Curious.
You just offered to scratch that
I am.
tape.
I am most flattered. However, I would be careful what you offer. I am made of dead flesh. Breath mint does not cover it.
When you grow up with with probably the most unlucky person in the world working alongside you, a little bad breath is not is nothing.
I mean,
Valid.
In all due honesty, you probably would be able to make a dog.
It's not scratching, it's stitching. Stitching in there is
Yeah.
difficult.
You would probably be also able to make a tool for that. However,
To be-
you have to make it big enough to fit
Yeah.
Seth's hands and small enough to fit in their mouth. So,
Usually, I'll be honest, it is easier to replace whole top half if that becomes issue. Usually can reuse extremities and teeth, but basically much easier to work on second head while wearing other one and then swap. You see this gnarly scar
if you need to
cracked like a walnut.
wouldn't it be easier for the patient tongue to replace only the bottom half of your jaw?
You would think, right? But
I mean,
jaw also
like
quite
the
complicated.
bottom, not the top.
Yes. Weirdly, though, in my people, somehow we have grown skilled and talented at replacing heads. Some skeletal friends of mine like to, remove theirs for a joke. So it is something we've mostly gotten used to. You have not seen.
Mostly the convicted felons who are just serving their sentence.
I forgot that you are from that bone. Not everyone serving their sentence is required to live a life without the slightest piece of physical comedy. It is small salvation in life of skeletal penal colonies.
believe is limbo, I think. So
Yes,
there's a
yes.
hole there.
You would be surprised how good of a conversationalist just a body skeleton can be. I have had worse conversations with some folks in that bone while I live there. Some people have, what is the word? Sticks up. No, I shall hold my tongue. Well, not literally. We have established that, but
All this time, Ingvar has been like muttering about like how it would work to be able to like hold your own head and work on it, and how long you might be able to
Right.
do that before it comes to
you see, the trick, Ingvar, is to have two heads. So you have one on while you work on other, and then the swap is actually quite simple.
Okay.
You have not seen anything until you've seen an old Natbonian biddy surprised when visiting Moran, and a skeleton tips their entire head to them. I tell you, normally when jaw falls to floor, it is an expression, but
So I believe you've told me everything you needed to. I believe you should probably head on to Seht to tell her everything, because she will want to debrief you before
Ooh.
you do anything else.
Do we have
Everybody loves
to?
meeting with her. Don't worry, she will be right. Unless you ask for it.
Yeah, sounds good.
And in the meantime, I do have the image for C.H.I.M.E. So, here goes
Hey.
C.H.I.M.E.
So cute.
What a good kitty.
Yeah.
I mean,
What a good kitties.
No.
More kitties, but hey.
Mm.
So, do you go to Seht?
Yeah.
Honestly, can be your last stop.
If everyone else is going, I guess I've got to follow. Like,
So, you are just about to knock on the door where she says, yes, come in.
Okay, we go in.
Yeah.
So you're back. Okay, please tell me everything that happened.
Well, we arrived and were immediately greeted by an individual named Makan.
Maka.
Maka for short, but out of character. I don't actually.
Also, don't worry.
Okay.
That's why it's Maka for short.
Okay. I get the feeling that Tuksha would actually be able to pronounce that, but I don't know how.
That's not a name that's made to be pronounced.
There are too many consonants in a row. Or maybe Welsh.
it is pronounced like rocks being gravelled together.
Yes.
Maka claimed to be the king of the Earth plane and had created a space survivable specifically for travelers from other planes. After speaking briefly and learning a bit about each other, they asked for our help stabilizing the Earth plane, which was experiencing earthquakes, and we obliged. We found our way through some slightly perilous puzzles until we found the crystals that were the stabilizing points for the plane of Earth, and we were able to restore those, and at which point the earthquakes stopped. And at that point we discussed a bit more with Maka and learned that they still had the ability to travel between planes. We learned that it had been about 4,000 of our years since the last traveler had arrived there, and We also learn that they are able to look into the past of any rock that they touch, including metal and including material from other planes. So they are very able to look into the past of other planes if they obtain material from.
That's interesting and good to know. Anything else?
There is a... Wait, what? Fuck. See, nope, that was right. There is a possibility that, as our plane contains stronger magics, or, the right types of magics, that we could potentially become a communication hub in the future. If that's something that
That's definitely
we seek to do.
something to try and see if we would want. Probably being able to communicate with other planes would be useful.
Right. Generally, it's not able to happen between elemental planes without directly traveling. But like Fae, the Fae plane is able to do so. We did get a couple new combinations to check out. Fire and darkness. We would need more protection before we could go to fire, though. Probably.
I believe perhaps one of you is not very fond of the idea of visiting the plane of fire.
No.
Don't worry, darling, I read your file. Well, I wrote your file.
Those are like the main point.
The fire plane anytime soon. You
Oh.
have other places to visit anyway.
Also, the name of our plane is different in other languages, but at least to Maka, we are known as a plane of mortals, as being mortal is something largely unique to our plane.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We managed to get a reasonable amount of data on the rock folks tech. No, not technology. Sorry, I am all out of physiology. It is very interesting. I will have the data that I have collected sent over to you as soon as it is collated properly.
I would prefer you send it to Fantasy. They are the head of technology and all stuff like that. I think it will be most useful to them.
Okay, fair. It would be useful for...
To manage here, I won't have that knowledge.
We did bring the possibility of sending an ambassador here. If they were able to survive, it is something they are going to consider. So I will copy you in just in case we do need to make accommodations.
And in order to make a safe space for them, we would need to combine magics, which we did discover how to do, at least between two people.
That's interesting.
Yes, it's very difficult
Imagine so.
right now, but
Difficult and
Risky.
perilous. If it isn't perfect, it probably would have ended poorly, but we managed to balance it.
Good to hear then. That you did not kill yourselves trying something very, very new that nobody in our world accomplished as of yet.
But
the best things come with high risk.
it is perhaps something that a pencil could further investigate.
Right, I just figured it
Oh
might be
yes,
good
they will
for.
probably absolutely
Yeah.
love that.
Hmm.
They will probably also go to Nyan to test it out, and I don't know if I want them to mixing like that. Yes, those are opposite magics, and I don't think that would be a good idea of mixing, but hey.
That is actually what we tried.
Oh. So tell me, did
Theoretically
you try?
possible.
No, totally. You tried the magic usage, but you also decided to try it in the most dangerous combination possible.
It
Like
was
I
what
said,
we
the
needed
best
to
doesn't
do
come with
to
either.
restore the plane.
Yes. And
Okay. For
in
future
our
reference,
defense,
please try to not try new things in the most dangerous version of them at once.
in
Save
in
time.
our in our defense, we tried it not on our plane, so you know.
Yes, it might. If it didn't work, could have pissed off the Earthplane, and we wouldn't want that.
Mm.
It was in service of unpissing off the Earth plane, you know. Honestly, we did good.
Yes, you did good. Fortunately, nobody died, so that's good. Okay, with everything over, you can go on your merry way. Forward all the information to contest, and go visit wherever you want to visit. Please don't die on the way. It will work.
No promises. You're gonna walk out. I love leaving with no promises.
Okay, and I think that's where we will end for today. So we will now say our goodbyes, and then we will go off. So let's go in reverse order. So Maya, go first.
Right. My name is Zara. I've been playing Maya. I'm wearing my Mini Geek boutique tonight. And you'll find me at Sailor Z Creations.
Great.
Hi, I'm Will. I was playing Tuksha. And if you are looking for something to check out on my behalf, check out Groundworks. They do great work helping out those who are housing insecure in my area.
Okay, and Seht.
Yeah, I'm Jen. I've been playing Set. Normally, you find me over on Cyberpunk Tales from the Oasis playing Mavis. Also, on Tuesdays, playing Gregory, the very efficient and good adventurer who's good at adventuring, over on ampersand D20 on Twitch, along with LadyBug. And I DM'd a thing.
Yes, you did.
I DM'd a thing like a week, so check the VODs out over there while it's still there. We played Roll for Shoes. It was a laugh.
Not sure this episode will be aired anytime soon, but hey.
Well, you know, I've got the VOD, so I'll upload it somewhere. We'll find it.
Ingvar?
I'm Aspen Zide. You can find me at Aspen Forest 732 on TikTok and Archive of Our Own.
And I am Loremistress LadyBug. I have been running this game and every other game so far on my channel. And yeah, you can find me everywhere as Loremistress LadyBug, and I will add all the links in the description, so yes, look there. And with that, goodbye, have a nice time, and see you in 2 weeks.